In every house, there are places that remain unexplored, corners that hold forgotten memories. There are stories hidden behind walls, in the creaks of wooden floors, and within the dust of forgotten rooms. This is one of those stories. It begins in a small, quiet town where a young girl named Eliza lived with her grandmother in an old, creaky house nestled at the edge of the woods. The house, though beautiful, had an air of mystery surrounding it. But there was one place that Eliza had always been told to stay away from: the attic. The attic was a place of secrets. It was said to be filled with old furniture, boxes of forgotten memories, and something else. No one really knew what was up there, except that it was off limits. But one stormy evening, when the wind howled outside and the house creaked with every gust, Eliza found herself alone. Her grandmother had gone to visit a neighbor, and the house was still too quiet. It was then that her curiosity got the best of her. Eliza stood before the attic door, her hand hovering over the brass handle. It was old, cold to the touch, and seemed to whisper secrets of its own. She could feel the weight of her grandmother's warning in her chest, but something inside her stirred, a need to know what lay beyond the door. So, with a deep breath, she turned the handle and stepped inside. The air in the attic was thick with dust and the scent of forgotten time. Boxes were stacked haphazardly around her, some of them cracked open, revealing old toys, books, and photographs. It was a place frozen in history. But then, amidst the clutter, Eliza noticed something odd: a small door hidden behind a pile of old coats. It was a door she had never seen before. It wasn't like the others. This one seemed new, out of place. It was smaller, almost as if it was meant for someone much younger, or perhaps something different. Her heart raced as she moved closer. The door, though small, seemed to call to her. She bent down and slowly pushed it open, revealing a narrow passageway. A soft glow seemed to emanate from the end of the hallway, drawing her in. Eliza didn't hesitate. She crawled through the narrow passage, her mind swirling with questions, her excitement growing with each step. What could be at the end of this mysterious corridor? What had been hidden away for so long? The passage opened into a small room, dimly lit by the soft glow of a lamp on the far side. And there, in the center of the room, stood an old chest, covered in dust. But what caught Eliza's attention wasn't the chest. It was the painting hanging on the wall beside it. The painting was unlike anything she had ever seen. It was a portrait of a young girl who looked strangely familiar. Her eyes, though painted in delicate shades of brown, seemed alive, watching Eliza with an unsettling gaze. It was as if the girl in the painting knew her better than anyone. Suddenly, the air felt colder, and Eliza's breath hitched. She reached for the chest, her fingers trembling as she brushed away the dust. With a creak, it opened. Inside the chest, there were old books, yellowed with age, and a collection of trinkets, rings, necklaces, and small toys. But it was one item that caught her eye: a small silver key, tarnished but still gleaming in the dim light. There was something about it that felt important, like it held the key to a forgotten memory. As her fingers wrapped around the key, she felt a sudden rush of warmth, as if the house itself was waking up. The sound of a door creaking echoed through the room, and Eliza turned around to find the passageway she had come from gone. The walls had shifted, and Eliza found herself standing in a new room. It was a room she had never seen before, but the key in her hand felt like it belonged here. There was a door in front of her now, a heavy wooden door, locked tight. She approached it, her heartbeat quickening. She could sense that whatever lay beyond it would change everything. With trembling hands, she inserted the key into the lock. The door opened with a slow, groaning creak. What Eliza found beyond that door was a secret that had been hidden for generations. The room was filled with memories, photos, letters, and mementos of a life long forgotten. And in the center of the room, there was a mirror. Not just any mirror, but one that reflected something different. In the reflection, Eliza saw not herself, but the girl from the painting. The girl smiled at her, as if she had been waiting for her all along. The mirror, the key, the painting, everything had led Eliza to this moment. She realized now that the secret of the attic wasn't just about the house. It was about finding the pieces of a story lost in time. A story of her own, waiting to be told. And with that, Eliza understood. Some secrets, once uncovered, are never meant to be kept hidden again.